Dear friends and seekers, good morning. Welcome to the second day of Ishwar Puri's Bhandara event. Those who are present here physically and online as well. With the blessings of Great Master Huzur Baba Sawan Singh Ji and Ishwar Ji. This is the second day of the Bhandara event. Before I get into those who have not joined on the first day, the second day, those who have not joined on the first day, the fifth Bhandara event is to celebrate Ishwarji's passing from his physical body. Few important instructions before I start the floor events. The event has been organized by Isha Trust, which is a non-profitable charitable organization, non-religious group from here. And all funds related to the charitable contributions are for Isha Trust India. Those who have mobile phones with them, can you please keep them on silent during the course of the event? And those who have not registered can register at the outside the hall. We highly appreciate that from there. The flow of events is as follows. 10 to 10:30 is registration. Announcements, which is happening now. Shabd will start from 10:40 to 11:15, followed by the first half of the session, which will be online, and followed by a longer lunch break at 1 o'clock. The second half of the session will be offline, and after that we will have prasad distribution and followed by tea and coffee for the end of the day. Thank you.
बानी संत चरणदास जी। तुम साहिब करतार हो, हम बंदे तेरे। तुम साहिब करतार हो, हम बंदे तेरे। रोम रोम गुनगार है, बख्शो हरि मेरे। दसों दुआरे मैल है, सब गंदम गंदा। दसों दुआरे मैल है, सब गंदम गंदा। सब गंदम गंदा, उत्तम तेरो नाम है, बिसरे सो अंधा। उत्तम तेरो नाम है, बिसरे सो अंधा। गुण तज के अवगुण कियो, तुम सब पहचानो। तुम गुण तज के अवगुण कियो, तुम सब पहचानो। तुम सब पहचानो। तुम स्यों कहाँ छिपाइए, हरि घट की जानो। तुम स्यों कहाँ छिपाइए, हरि घट की जानो। रहम करो रहमान सू, यह दास तिहारो। रहम करो रहमान सू, यह दास तिहारो। यह दास तिहारो। भक्ति पदारथ दीजिए, आवागमन निवारो। भक्ति पदारथ दीजिए, आवागमन निवारो। गुरु सुखदेव उबार लो, अब मेहर करीजे। गुरु सुखदेव उबार लो, अब मेहर करीजे। अब मेहर करीजे। चरण दास गरीब को अपनो कर लीजे। चरण दास गरीब को अपनो कर लीजे। तुम साहिब करतार हो, हम बंदे तेरे।
बानी स्वामी जी महाराज। करूं आरती राधा स्वामी, तन मन सुरत लगाए। थाल बना सत शब्द का, अलख जोत फहराए। हंस सभी आरत करें, सन्मुख दर्शन पाए। राधा स्वामी दया कर दीन्हा अगम लखाए अनहद धुन घंटा बजे शंख बजे मृदंग ओंकार मंडल बंधा मेघनाद गर्जंत सुन मंडल धुन सारंगी किंगरी बजे अनूप कोट भान छवि रोमइक ऐसा पुरुष स्वरूप कवलन क्यारी बनी भंवर करे गुंजार सेत सिंहासन बैठ कर देखे पुरुष समार बीन बांसुरी मधुर धुन बाजे पुरुष हजूर सुन सुन हंसा मगन होए पिए अमिरस मूर रंग महल सतपुरुष का शोभा अगम अपार हंस जहाँ आनंद करें देखें बिमल बहार अब आरत पूरन भई मन पाया विश्राम राधा स्वामी चरण पर कोट कोट प्रणाम अब आरत पूरन भई मन पाया विश्राम राधा स्वामी चरण पर कोट कोट प्रणाम कोट कोट प्रणाम
कलाम साईं बुल्ले शाह जी। दिल लोचे माही यार नू दिल लोचे माही यार नू दिल लोचे ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹੱਸ ਹੱਸ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੋਂਦੀਆਂ ਧੋਂਦੀਆਂ ਮਰਦੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੱਸ ਹੱਸ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਰੋਂਦੀਆਂ ਧੋਂਦੀਆਂ ਮਰਦੀਆਂ ਕਹੋ ਫੁੱਲੀ ਬਸੰਤ ਬਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਹੋ ਫੁੱਲੀ ਬਸੰਤ ਬਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਤੀ ਤੋਤੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਇੱਕ ਗੰਢ ਮਾਹੀ ਦਿਲ ਬਹਿ ਗਈ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਤੀ ਤੋਤੀ ਰਹਿ ਗਈ ਇੱਕ ਗੰਢ ਮਾਹੀ ਦਿਲ ਬਹਿ ਗਈ ਪਾ ਲਾਈਏ ਹਾਰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਲਾਈਏ ਹਾਰ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਮਲੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਦੂਤੀਆਂ ਦੁੱਖ ਕੇਰ ਚੁਫੇਰੋ ਲੀਤੀਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਮਲੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਦੂਤੀਆਂ ਦੁੱਖ ਕੇਰ ਚੁਫੇਰੋ ਲੀਤੀਆਂ ਕਰ ਆ ਮਾਹੀ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਆ ਮਾਹੀ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਬੁੱਲਾ ਸ਼ੌ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕੁੱਟ ਰਾਂਝਣ ਗਲ ਲਾਇਆ ਬੁੱਲਾ ਸ਼ੌ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਕੁੱਟ ਰਾਂਝਣ ਗਲ ਲਾਇਆ ਦੁੱਖ ਗਏ ਸਮੰਦਰ ਪਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਗਏ ਸਮੰਦਰ ਪਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਲ ਲੋਚੇ ਮਾਹੀ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ
बानी संत कबीर जी। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। नहीं तो मैं बह जाता, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। कर्म काट कोयला किया, कोयला किया। ब्रह्म अगन परिचार, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। लोभ मोह भरम जारेया, परम जारेया। सतगुरु बड़े दयार, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। कागा से हंसा किया, हंसा किया। जात बरन कुल खोए, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। दया दृष्टि से सहज सब, सहज सब। पातक डारे तोए, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। अज्ञानी पटकत फिरे, पटकत फिरे। जात बरन अभिमान, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। सतगुरु शब्द सुनाया, शब्द सुनाया। भनक पड़ी मेरे कान, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। माया ममता तज दई, तज दई। विषया नाही समाए, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, सुनो भाई साधो। हद तज बेहद जाए, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, सुनो भाई साधो। हद तज बेहद जाए, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। नहीं तो मैं बह जाता, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता। मेरे सतगुरु पकड़ी बाँ, नहीं तो मैं बह जाता।
श्लोक महला नौवा, बानी गुरु तेग बहादुर जी। गुण गोबिंद गायो नहीं, जन्म अकारथ कीन। कहो नानक हर पज मना, जह बिध जल को मीन। बिखियन स्यों काहे रचयो, निमख ना हो ही उदास। कहो नानक पज हर मना, परे ना जम की फास। तरना पोयो ही गयो, लियो जरा तन जीत। कहो नानक पज हर मना, औध जात है बीत। बिरध पयो सूझे नहीं, काल पहुँचेओ आन। कहो नानक नर बावरे, क्यों ना पजे भगवान। तन दारा संपत सगल, जिन अपनी करमान। इनमें कछु संगी नहीं, नानक साची जान। पतित उद्धारन पैहरन, हर अनाथ के नाथ। कहो नानक तेह जानिए, सदा बसत तुम साथ। तन धन जह तो को दियो, तासे होने होना कीन। कहो नानक नर बावरे, अब क्यों डोलत दीन। तन धन संपै सुख दियो, अर जहनी के ताम। कहो नानक सुन रे मना, सिमरत काहे नाराम। सब सुख दाता राम है, दूसर नाहिन कोए। सब सुख दाता राम है, दूसर नाहिन कोए। कहो नानक सुन रे मना, तह सिमरत गत होए। तह सिमरत गत होए।
बानी संत चरण दास जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। बहुत दिनों से लगो उमा हो, बहुत दिनों से लगो उमा हो, आनंद मंगल लाओ जी, आनंद मंगल लाओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। पलकन पंथ बुहारूं तेरो, पलकन पंथ बुहारूं तेरो, नैन परे पग धारो जी, नैन परे पग धारो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। बाट तिहारी निस दिन देखूं, बाट तिहारी निस दिन देखूं हमरी और निहारो जी, हमरी ओर निहारो जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। करूँ छाहा बहुत मन से ती, करूँ उछाहा बहुत मन से ती। आंगन चौक पुराऊं जी, आंगन चौक पुराऊं जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। करूँ आरती तन मन वारूं, करूँ आरती तन मन वारूं। बार बार बल जाऊं जी, बार बार बल जाऊं जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी। दे पे कर्मा शीस नवाऊं, दे पे कर्मा शीस नवाऊं। सुन सुन बचन अघाऊं जी, सुन सुन बचन अघाऊं जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी। गुरु सुखदेव चरण हूँ दासा, गुरु सुखदेव चरण हूँ दासा। दर्शन माही समाऊं जी, दर्शन माही समाऊं जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी। गुरुदेव हमारे आवो जी, गुरुदेव हमारे आओ जी।
कलाम हज़रत सुल्तान बाहू जी। अलिफ अल्लाह चंबे दी बूटी, अलिफ अल्लाह चंबे दी बूटी। मुर्शद मन विच लाई हूँ, नफी असबात दा पानी मिल ओस। हर रगे हर जाई हूँ अंदर बूटी मुशक मचाया जां फुल्लाते आई हूँ जीवे मुर्शिद कामिल बाहू जै एह बूटी लाई हूँ एह तन मेरा चश्मा होवे मुर्शद वेखना रजा हूँ लूं लूं दे मुड लख लख चश्मा हिक खोला हिक कज्जा इतने आ डिठिया सबर नावे होर किते वल पज्जा मुर्शिद दादी दार है बाहू लाख करोड़ा हजाहू कामिल मुर्शिद ऐसा होवे जो तो भी वांगू छट्टे नाल निगाह दे पाक करे ना सज्जी साबण कत्ते मैले नू कर देंदा चिट्टा जरा मैल ना रखे ऐसा मुर्शिद होवे जेड़ा लूं लूं दे विच वसे
Welcome, friends, to the second day of Ishwarji's Bhandara. We are with the grace of Bade Maharaj Huzur Sawan Singh Ji and our beloved Ishwarji. We are blessed to have this opportunity to celebrate Ishwarji's Bhandara physically here in Delhi. I am touched by the level of devotion all you have here. Yesterday, in the offline format, in the afternoon session, we tried something new in explaining a Shabd. One of our Sevadas took that Seva. And I guess today, when we are singing Shabds, all of you who attended yesterday might feel that singing of Shabds in a group inculcates a devotion towards our beloved. It is contagious, it is infectious, it cannot be stopped. If one has it, the impression of it gets transferred instantaneously to the others as well. So, this is what is great about these 2 days, that seekers of the truth, disciple, devotees can come together at a common place, seek, devote, remember. And as we do it together in a group, the effect is multifold. When I say an effect, if we try to ask something, the effect is coming from the Guru itself. The effect which you get is instantaneous, hitting you. And it's not hitting your mind, it's not hitting your physical body, it's not hitting your senses. It is hitting your innermost self. It is hitting your soul. It is hitting your real self. And in that moment, I don't think any of you have any other thought. In that moment, which if we got today, while just singing Shabads, I don't think any other thought came in. I don't think any other worldly thing was bothering you. You yourself was just devoted to your beloved. And this is all about doing effortless, with no hurt, a sahaj way of meditation. Meditation with this kind of devotion makes a mental exercise, so-called meditation, spiritual. So we spent yesterday the complete day explaining the grace, how grace is with us and how we can capture it. Today, I guess, I can give my testimony physically. Today, my testimony is when I was sitting here singing Shabads with you, I was hit. I was hit by your devotion. I was hit by the collective devotion we have together, and with the instantaneous result which we got, which I guess no one can explain. It's beyond words. It calms your mind itself. You don't have to do any other exercise to calm your mind. When the feeling of bhakti sparks a seeker, a devotee, mind is shut down. You are above the mind that's at that very moment. When that feeling of bhakti comes in you, at any instance, you yourself are with you. You are touching something which is above the mind. You are touching something which is above the logic. You are touching something which has no reward, which has no risk, which has no punishment in it. You are touching something which is pure, which has full contentment. You are touching something which is coming from your true home, hitting yourself. And you can experience this only in a physical human form. In the human form, either we can run after the worldly things, make our life as vulnerable as the mind wants us to, as vulnerable as the time wants us to, or make this life full of love, devotion, bhakti, compassion. It is just like in a school, if you just attend classes for mathematics, you become a scholar in math. If you attend classes of history, you become a historian. In life, if you have a classroom or group of people together with you who talk about devotion, who talk about ishq, hakiki, which talk about Sufism, you make your life spiritual. You make your physical life spiritual. This is one thing which set apart spirituality from religion. In spirituality, you experience everything which is taught. It is having theory, it is having some concepts which you have to hear, which you have to accept a bit, but you can check those concepts to the T, which increases your living faith day by day. This set apart, spirituality sets itself apart from any religion. It is open doors to everyone. The only requirement is you need to be a human being, period. Any caste, any creed, any religion, anyone who has that seeking to know who you are, what your real self is, where is your permanent home, what is your source. If you have that level of seeking in you, spirituality gives you all the answers. Not only it gives you the answers, it gives you experiments which gives you result set which you experience yourself. They make your body, as yesterday our Sevadar was explaining in the Shabd, Dil Ka Hujra, that your human body is the living temple of God. Your human body is the living center of knowledge, true knowledge. You don't have to go to any temples. You don't have to go to any masjid, any religious place. You don't have to do any yatra, tirath yatra, or you don't have to go to any hajj. You can do your pure hajj sitting here. You can work from home. You can work from anywhere. You have all the freedom. All you have to do is follow some basic principles what our masters, saints, Sufi saints, Sufcame, great masters' teachings are similar. Ishwar ji copied those. So, before we move to the main agenda of the day, I really, don't feel capable that I am, trying to explain these teachings to you, trying to repeat what I have learned from Ishwar Ji and stories of great master. I am a normal person. I am having an active mind. I am angry. I get all the vices of the mind. I have a physical life to work with where all my attention is outside. This is something which, the way I met Ishwar Ji, this is something to do. Why this is something which I am sharing on a personal note with you today. I guess I am sharing it for the first time. I just came to Ishwar Ji to get initiated. I was very, I was greedy for initiation. And I was very selfish to get. I just wanted to get initiated. I was trying hard for 10 years. Since 2005. I was trying very hard and it was not happening. And all of a sudden I got to know about Ishwar Ji and I was hooked from day one. It happens to be the way I got initiated. I was engaged into seva. And the point of time when I was engaged into seva, it's a rabbit hole. You get deeper, and you won't be able to say no. As there is a saying, सेवा करोगे नहीं तो रुकेगी नहीं, करोगे तो मुकेगी नहीं. Once you are in seva, if you accept it, the Guru will not stop your seva. He'll keep on giving you new things. And I was not ready for anything. I was just wanted to meet Ishwar Ji to get initiated. Even during those events when I tried to do seva, many of the seekers who are sitting here today also might have very, not a great experience in dealing with me. Because that was, I guess, the seva given to me, to have a process in place to see if the personal meetings and initiation meetings and everything, initiations were done right the way they had to be. And I myself used to ask Ishwar Ji, वो कहते ने कि सेवा करके तो ह्यूमिलिटी आंदी है, सेवा करके ते मन दे विकार ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਘਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਹੋਰ ਦ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਟੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਨੇ, progress अपने आप. सेवा, great master used to say, is equivalent to meditation. मैं ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਉਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਨਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚ ਮਚ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ 'ਚ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਛ ਠੀਕ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. ईश्वर जी कहते, listen to me. He listened to me and he said, do seva. Don't stop seva. There were multiple occasions where I wanted to leave seva. Between the event I wanted to run away. I used to go from seva back home and I used to cry कि ये मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ. And one time I asked this and Ishwar Ji said, जिद्दां तू सवेरे रो रहा सी ना उद्दां रो के आया कर. So he knows us, our Guru knows us better. So what I was trying to explain you here, this is something which I am doing only as seva. I have nothing else here to proclaim that I am something, not something, this or that. I have no title here. I am just an ordinary seeker trying to do seva as Ishwarji has, what do you say? Again, the rabbit hole is so deep that there's no stopping. So, as Ishwarji's wishes, this is the 5th year, I guess. And I remember the day I got the message when Ishwarji passed away. It was early in the morning, 24th December. I got a message on my phone that Ishwarji has passed away. And in no time, I did not even had a minute to cry. I did not even had a minute to, share a feeling of that I am going to miss my master. Within minutes, I received calls from Chandarji. Within minutes, my phone was bomb blasted with calls from all Indian seekers. What has happened? What has happened? Some of them were crying that what will happen to us. Within that instant, what I was doing, I was consoling them. I did not have time to wipe my tears or even get my tears. And I am getting calls, I am saying, he is there with you, he is gonna help us. As Great Master helped him, he is gonna help us. So, on the other hand, I don't feel any difference with the coincidences which are coming in my life. I don't feel any difference. Maybe the same would be in your case. For me, I guess those coincidences have increased than when he was there in the physical life. Because he has made a connection with our true self. Simple. He came to us, he touched our soul, our real self. He made a connection with our real self. He gave the teachings, he gave the drishti, he gave his physical grace which came from his sargun form. And he made all the, not only promises, he made all the responsibilities which he's taking for us. And if we are true with our seeking, with our devotion, we are just following the instructions what he gave us in response to his love to us, I don't see anything stopping us in getting converted into a, same philosopher's stone. Okay, so on that note, yesterday we explained the importance of grace, why these 2 days are important. We explained it on a large depth, how a perfect living master operates, how the totality makes sure that a perfect living master comes to us, to a seeker. They find us. We are not even capable of finding a perfect living master. As Buddha said, when the chela is ready, the guru appears. So we understood those concepts. Now, as we are explaining from yesterday, that Sant Mat's teaching, spirituality, the teachings which Great Master used to explain, Ishwarji used to explain, has a type of meditation inculcated in those teachings. Has a type of meditation which, done with the same bhakti which you experienced, the same devotion which you experienced, can make that act spiritual. And it can make that act so spiritual, sitting here in the physical form, you can get all the thirst of knowledge, all the thirst of contentment, freedom, satisfaction, which we are trying to find outwardly, which is temporary, we can find all those feelings inside, which are permanent. You can practice with this act of meditation, which Ishwarji and Great Master explained us. With this type of meditation, you can experience, simulate your death daily. You can die daily. Your fear of death will be over. The biggest fear one has is fear of death. On the fear of death, in the world, there's a big business of insurance. Life insurance is happening. Your fear of death will be over if you practice this type of meditation daily. You will feel, you will get all experiences, all realizations that you yourself are having a causal mind. You yourself then are having a sensory body. You yourself are then having a physical body. And all these three covers are like clothes, garments on you, which are temporary. You can open those clothes, those covers sitting here, inside, just by going inside, not outside. In your human form, you can find that. You can get realized. So, and this is the objectivity of Great Masters and Ishwarji's teaching, that make your human life worth. The basic objective meaning of this seeking or this life is not to gather physical wealth, pleasures, property, good children. All those things are a byproduct. The main objective of a human being is to first get self-realized, eventually get God-realized, sitting here in the human birth, human form, and get out of the vicious circle of life and death to attain mukti, nirvana. Only a human form can do that. In those 8.4 million life forms, if you read the scriptures, not only there are physical beings, life forms mentioned, like trees and the marine animals and the animals which we have got, there are angels also mentioned there. The Devis and Devtas which we praise here, all of them are sitting there, waiting to get a human form, waiting to get touch with a PLM. All of them are waiting. We are in the queue. We are on the last step. We are standing on the last step. And while standing on the last step, sitting here, we can be determined. We can have all the realizations. We can have proofs, personal proofs, that this life will be our last life. Your Guru will take care of you not only in this life, but after that, and will make this life your last life. This is the biggest grace one can get. This is the biggest gift one can get from a perfect living master. No concept of 4 lives. Make this life your 4 lives. Ishwarji used to explain, Great Master has several times increased his lifespan in years on the physical plane. and Great Master made his life as if he has lived more than 4 lives in one lifetime. He made his karmas like that, restructured the karmas like that, that this life becomes his last life. He got many extensions as well to do seva. Personally, he told us in a person gathering about at least 2 extensions which he got. He showed his hand to a palmist who read your palm, and the well-known palmist said, your life is not more than 80 years. And the palmist, is wrong. He lived, I guess, around 93, 4 years. Great Master restructured his karmas in a way that he could complete all the things which a 4 life pattern would do in a singular life. He could do good amount of not only meditation but get realized in that meditation. Reach the totality sitting here. Everybody asks me, was there a will which Great Masters, gave to Ishwarji to do his work? No, there was no will. The teachings were that you in meditation can get realized, can observe the radiant form of the Guru. He did that. Not he did that. Great Master made it happen that in his meditation he was able to access Great Master's radiant form early. During his lifespan, Great Master made it possible that he was able to see everything inside, get realized of all the stages which are there, of the causal mind, of the senses, the spiritual and the final totality, Sachkhand level. In meditation, he had all those experiences. His progress was exponentially increased by the grace of Great Master, so that he was capable of not delivering only good discourses, but to perform Great Master's seva wherever the radiant form of Great Master told him to do. A perfect living master is a seeker only. He is a normal, ordinary person whose progress has expedited, exponentially increased due to great grace of their masters, so that they could do seva as per their masters. There are very less masters like this. These kind of PLMs are called Takat Nishin PLMs. They are not Gaddi Nishini. They never had a Gaddi Nishini ceremony as many masters have. They were given the real Takat inside. So, as Ishwarji never received any will to perform this seva, then I am asked upon another question: who's the successor of Ishwarji? Ishwarji never received any Gaddi Nishini. How can he pass on that to anybody else? Answer is, like Ishwarji was self-realized with the grace of Great Master, from our group who received Great Master's initiation from Ishwarji, would be a person who will get that exponential growth with Great Masters and Ishwarji's grace in time. When the new seekers are getting ready, in time that person, he or she, as he mentioned, would come up and take care of the Sangat of the seekers. They can be multiple of those. Ishwarji mentioned in his discourse that a PLM-A would only have sheep of his or her quota, and a PLM-B will have seekers of her or his quota. And a seeker of PLM-B would never feel that the PLM-A is a PLM. So it's all taken care of as the seeker's seeking increases, as those new seekers' seekings are getting closer and closer, those things would get answered in time. There is no question in that. That is how this mechanism works. You seek, and the totality sends you a PLM in the Sargun form to help you out to get self-realized. On that note, let's just now jump on to the main teachings, the meditation part of it. The type of meditation which Ishwar Ji and Bade Maharaj Ji prescribed was called Surat Shabd Yoga. I know all of you know this meaning, what meaning of Surat Shabd Yoga is, but I guess we have to follow and explain it again. Surat means your twajjo, Surat means your attention. The attention, the same attention which you use to learn anything physically here, which you are using right now in seeing and listening this discourse. It's the same attention. That is the meaning of Surat. Shabad is that creative power. Shabad is that Naad. Shabad is that Kalma. Shabad is that word mentioned in the Bible. Shabad is the totality which has created everything. Shabde dharti, shabde akash, shabad beha prakash. Shabad only made light, Shabad made the earth, Shabad made the physical plane, Shabad made itself. Shabad is the creative power which comes from the totality with which we want to get merged. When we say we want to get merged, it is not the physical form which will get merged. It is not the causal mind which will get merged. It is not the sensory body which will get merged. It is your attention. Surat will get merged with the Shabad. The Bani Gurbani says, explains it further. Shabad Guru Surat Dhun Chela. The real Guru is not the physical form of the master. The real Guru is Nirgun, as explained yesterday, formless. The Sargun forms has that wealth of Nirgun and wants to pass that wealth to you by physical means. The physical form is not the end. It is just a means for a seeker to get realizations of that formless Nirgun form of the totality, Almighty God. So, the physical body is not capable of being a guru, nor the physical body of the disciple or chela is capable of being a disciple. The chela is also having no form, and the real guru is also not having any form. That's why we are celebrating a Bhandara here, to relish that we had a person in our life who had access to that Nirgun form, and he tried to pass that wealth to us. So the real Guru is the Shabad, and the real Chela is your attention. Not the physical form of the master, not the physical form of your body of a devotee. If I try to explain this verse in an opposite way, Shabd Guru Surat Dhunchela, if we try to explain it from the back side of things, your attention is part of that Shabad. Your attention is a subset of that Shabad. Your attention, wherever you put here, has a capability, has sanskars or inherited qualities of creating things. Wherever you put your attention, you start on creating things inside or outside. If there was no attention, you would have never get advancement in the world of science and develop this earth as it is right now. It's because of attention only you learn, you create, you imagine, and you do stuff outside. That attention is basically subset of that Shabad, the totality. They are parts. The attention has been diluted. The Shabad has been diluted into attention to create this physical experience for us. And if we try to see how attention has been diluted, attention before our physical body, if I remove the physical body, was awareness, having awareness of the sensory. And one more cover out has the awareness of the causal, mental concepts. If I remove one more cover, it is a concentrated unit of consciousness, which is called the soul. Soul is a droplet of that totality, concentrated into one unit, having all the qualities of that totality of consciousness that unit has. The totality can create n number of units. N number of units having the same qualities. Your true self is that unit of consciousness. You yourself have that creative power of that unit, which is powering the mind, then the senses, then the physical body. That unit never dies. It is creating. It has qualities of creating everything. It is part and parcel of that Almighty, it is part and parcel of that Nirgun formless. We can get with this meditation realization of this unit of consciousness. And there is a concept in Santmat, people feel, Satsangis feel, Ishwarji also felt that right now I have my individuality as a unit. When I get merged with the totality, which is the last stage, it's a lose-lose proposition. I lose my individual form. That totality is so vast, big, is almighty. With one unit increment, that totality is not gaining anything. This is a lose-lose proposition. Why are you following Santmat? I am happy with my unit. I am happy with my unit of mind. I am happy with my unit of senses and my physical form. It's okay. I'll do good deeds and come in a good form. Why do I want to lose my individuality? This is a wrong conception, wrong concept, wrong interpretation. The truth was explained by Kabirji. All know that the drop merges with the ocean, but few know that the drop carries the ocean. Very few know the drop has the complete ocean in it. From a mental point of view, you won't be able to realize how an ocean can be concentrated into a drop. That's why we do this type of meditation, so that you get experiences, realizations sitting here. You don't have to travel anywhere. Sitting here, closing your eyes and getting those realizations. So that is the definition of Surat Shabad Yog, that our Surat is the Chela. Correctly done, our Surat is the Chela, and our Chela wants to get merged with that total creative power called Shabad. And you will be able to practice this if done correctly. Yesterday, Mohit ji explained a Sakhi wherein great master gave grace to a lady. The lady was craving for a son. Great master said, just practice this type of meditation for 40 days. And then I will answer to your, request of getting a son. Within 20 days, with doing that meditation with love and devotion, within 20 days, that lady was able to connect the Surat with the Shabad, get all experiences inside, understood that the physical plane is just a byproduct. We just have to live here, pass our time, have a great time here, experience everything, but put our attention inside, not outside that much. And her, desire of having a son was vanished, was truncated, because she got a higher taste. The mind always loves that higher taste. It's a similar feeling as a drunkard who wants intoxication from alcohol. If you give a Indian local brand and after that you give a red label or a Scottish whiskey, he will always crave for that Scottish whiskey. Mind needs intoxication. Bahar, andar, kahin bhi. You just need intoxication. In the world, you get intoxicated, but you have to repent. You do all wrong things. You have to give accountability for that. For that 2 minutes of intoxication, you have to pay a lot in karma or in kind or whatever. And then you get a guilt trip. Why I did that? Because mind needs intoxication. However, in this type of meditation, you can get intoxicated without getting any guilt trip. Your mind will get intoxication of the purest form of intoxication you will get. You will be Guru intoxicated. You will be Shabad intoxicated. You will live your life as a real drunkard, but without drinking any physical whiskey, or you get intoxication inside. So, as I was explaining, that lady practiced meditation for 20 days and got realized, and her desires went off. Similar would be a case if we practice this kind of meditation as devoted devotees of a perfect living master. Going ahead to explain the steps of this type of meditation, Ishwar ji used to explain, all you need is your attention. He explained further, as Pulle Shah used to say, Rabda ki pana, etho putna, ethe lana. Further, Pulle Shah explained, O शाह साढ़े तो वख नहीं, बिन शाह दूजा कख नहीं, बट देखन वाली अख नहीं. Thank you. What does that mean? Oh Shah, that Almighty is not separated from us. He is within us. There is no duja. There is no dual. If you are with that Shah, the duja does not, the duality does not exist if that Shah is not there. But we don't have that eye to feel it. Where do we put our eyes to feel all this? So the next part in this meditation is to put your attention in a way that you get that eye, get that insight, get that visualizations inside to explore that Shah, that totality. That is, we need to put our attention not outward and downward. We want to put our attention, concentrate it, withdraw it from our worldly things which is scattered, gather it and take it inside. It is similar as if you are going to a trip. If you are going on a trip, a vacation, you open your wardrobe, your garments are basically scattered or well placed in your wardrobe. They are taking more space. But you take them and pack them in a bag, concentrate them, and then travel. So our attention is right now is functioning in our body with the chakras. We are having 5 vices. We are having active mind. We are having, as explained yesterday in the afternoon session, dhara of thoughts which take us outside. We have to gather our attention and make that dhara Radha, so that Radha can travel inside. So how you can do that? Ishwarji explains your attentions are having 2 parts. The power of listening and the power of seeing. The power of listening is not coming from your mind. The power of seeing is not coming from your mind. It is part and parcel of that attention. And attention is a subset of that creative power. So your power of sight and hearing, listening are part and parcel of that Shabd. Wherever you put your listening power, seeing power, you try to learn, observe, experience something outside. We have to gather that power of sight and listening and put it inside, so that we are able to travel inside. So the way Ishwarji explained this is, we have to place ourselves at a third eye center. Third eye center, physically explained, is just behind our eyes. If our eyes are these 2 fingers, third eye center is over here. Now you don't have to locate yourself. You are operating from that third eye center. If you are active, if you are awake, in a wakeful state, you are operating right away from that third eye center. Nowhere else you are thinking. You are all thinking, all imagination, all ideas which you get, all thoughts which you get are coming from that third eye center in a wakeful state. The thing is, our attention is diluted from that third eye center. From that third eye center, it is going into the chakras of the pindas. The 6 chakras which we have, that attention is getting diluted there. We want to gather that attention and concentrate here. Just by concentrating it at your third eye center, you will be able to hear that Shabd, which itself has different types or covers on it as per your state of realizations. Right? So, Ishwarji said the first thing one should do is sit upright, close your eyes, don't associate with the darkness which you see. Imagine that darkness is a curtain ahead of you and you are sitting behind the darkness. You yourself are sitting behind that darkness, and if you imagine anything there, you visualize anything there, even if you visualize any thought, you are trying to concentrate your attention at the third eye center. We do IMRs, we do meditation retreat, and we spend a complete day in practicing different types of exercises where we use imagination. The power of imagination is used to concentrate our attention at the third eye center. The thing is over here, why do we want to use imagination here? We want to use imagination here. First of all, imagination comes from the third eye center. That is one reason. Second reason is our attention is diluted in the world, it is diluted outside and downward. We want to have a barrier. We want to have a barrier so that when we perform the next steps in the Suraj Shabad Yoga, we are not pulled down by the thoughts, worldly thoughts we have. Right now also, if you are hearing me, your mind may be thinking something else. Mind has, for the thought processes, at least 8 channels. It can have 8 thoughts independent of each other. They may be related also. And a thought can trigger a new thought. The mind is so powerful in creating those thought processes. Like in AI, you have generative AI. You give a prompt, image comes up. You give a prompt, some answer comes up. Likewise, we have real intelligence in the mind which generates. How does it generate? It generates from our sanskars, from our experiences, from the things which are happening in our current affairs. It generates thoughts. It's a generator. An active mind can generate 20-25 thoughts in a minute. And you are get pulled by those thoughts. To create that barrier so that when we do the other steps in this type of meditation, we don't get pulled down by the thoughts of the mind. And we want to engage the mind in its own game. The mind you can use your mind to imagine a new type of chair or a new type of a car. You can design that using your mind imagination. We want to use that faculty of the mind to beat the mind. Not go outside, but imagine things inside. It is okay to imagine what you have seen outside, that also inside. At least you are doing something inside. At least you are gathering your attention, putting it somewhere which is not associated with any of the thoughts which you are getting. So that is the premise of using imagination. And I hear a lot of critique with old satsangis that this is imagination, it's not real, it is just a khyal, it's a khyali pulao. How can you get something real out of a khyali pulao? Yes, you can't get anything real out of a khyali pulao. We are not here to create any khyali pulao or anything out of imagination. We are using it, and if those satsangis have that level of devotion, that just by closing eyes they are able to see their master, they don't need imagination. Imagination is for us who are, at a zero level, who are captured in the mind and the vices and the thought processes so much that if I close my eyes, I still think about my work. If I close my eyes, I think about my kid, my wife, my family. What next thing I have to buy, what expenses I have to pay, what thing in my workplace is bothering me. If I close my eyes and I get these kinds of thoughts, then I need imagination. I need imagination. So if you are a seeker or a satsangi who's above a level where you just close your eyes and the guru appears, you don't need imagination. Imagination is for starters. Like for every subject we get a book for dummies, no? Imagination is for dummies in Santmat. Zero. We are at zero level, we want to move, take one small step. How to connect our surat with that Shabd? So first do imagination. Imagine something inside. And when you are imagining, you don't have to focus anything that you are having a third bird's eye view. You don't have to do that. You yourself have to be there. Like in the wakeful state, you don't see your face. In imagination also, you will have an imaginary body. You are there in the imagination as a 3D person walking there. As if you are playing a 3D game outside, you need to create your own 3D game inside. Pixel perfect. 4K, 8K, whatever you want. It will be crystal clear. And the more time you spend there, the larger you imagine, the better it gets. The better attention is concentrated at the third eye center. It is a good starting step so that you could do good quality devotional spiritual meditation if you do good quality meditation, imagination. So the first step is to establish yourself as a third eye center using the faculty of the mind to use imagination. Imagine anything. Imagine you are on a beach. Imagine you are on a mountain. Whatever. Imagine there's no money going to get exchanged to imagine. It's free of cost. My mother used to crack a joke if our family members used to say, let's go to a trip for a vacation to mountains. My mother used to crack a joke, close your eyes and imagine that you are in mountains. You can travel there free of cost. Why do you want to spend money? So that's a, baniya way of doing things. Sorry for baniyas in the house and who are seeing on the YouTube. Yeah, so good quality imagination gives you a good platform to do the next steps. Once you have established yourself as the third eye center with good quality imagination, you are able to go there, come back, do different things. You are able to see flowers, you are able to have a drink there, you are able to have a meal there, you can have n number of dishes. Your calories are not going to get increased. Once you have done all those, this activity is not spiritual, it's a mental activity. Then we start the next mental activity called Simran or Jap or chanting. You need to do Simran. Simran are basically words which initiates receive during initiation. Those are words which are having attributes of mental and spiritual realms inside. The concept is, if you try to do jap or chant or think about something, you bring that entity closer to you. For example, if I chant about pizza, 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 eventually in the evening I would be having a pizza. The mind will make me have a pizza because I was thinking about it. So those words of Simran are having attributes of those inner realms, inner spiritual and mental realms which we have. if we chant about those words, with those words, step by step, the way, the speed, the way your master has given you, you will be bringing those entities, those level closer to you just by chanting. That is one thing. The other thing is, in imagination, if we are doing that chanting, we are pushing out all other thoughts which we have about imagination also, or anything which comes up in the worldly things also during our imagination. In imagination also, it's difficult to stay in that room. If you practice for 10 minutes, say, it would be only 3 or 4 minutes that you will be there. So we need another tool so that the mind has all the thoughts of the imagination and that Simran together combined. No other thoughts. So pushing out those worldly thoughts and outward thoughts, we put thoughts of Simran. We make the mind repeat the words of Simran, and we are using our faculty of listening to those words and seeing our imagination. We do exercises in the meditation retreat wherein your imaginary self will sit in the center of the room on a chair, and we will say, do Simran so loud that the room in which you sat gets those vibrations. The room itself is speaking the words for you so loud, and you are hearing those. You yourself will only listen. You will not speak. You will listen to the words. The mind will do the speaking. All speaking always done in your life is by the mind. Your attention never speaks. It just sees and listens and suffers with the weight of the mind. We are trying to free our attention from the weight and I am taking a Indian example. I am sorry for the women. जैसे पुराने ज़माने में सासों के उसमें दब जाती थी ना बहुएं, कि सास की आवाज़ में दब गई है बहू, आजकल उल्टा है. वैसे हमारी तवज्जो अटेंशन दबी हुई है, मन के 5 सासड़ें चिपकी हुई हैं हमारे साथ. सॉरी. वो थोड़ा ड्राई हो जाता है, मैं देख रहा हूँ सब सीरियस होकर सुन रहे तो हम मन के दबाव में ऐसे फंसे हुए हैं, 5 विकारों में ऐसे फंसे हुए हैं. हमें अपनी त्वचा को बचानी है, लज्जा बचानी है, उसकी सुनने की और देखने की शक्ति को बचा के रखना है अंदर, so that it's not diluted. So I try to crack these jokes so that it doesn't make this topic so dry and academic that you fall asleep. Sorry for the jokes if I'm not trying to hurt any saas or any lady or a woman or any banya. So yeah. So we have to basically use the words of Simran so that it pushes. I hope with this joke you remember the concept of Simran and try to use it the right way. Kabir Das ji explained us how to do Simran in the right way. He says, Mala to kar mein fire, jeev fire mukh mahi, manua to charu desh fire, ye to Simran nahi. You are doing chanting on the mala, your all attention is on the counting and words, speaking of words, repetition of words with the tongue. During this, you are trying to do Simran, but your mind is roaming around in the world. This is not Simran. The objectivity of Simran was that the mind speaks and you listen, so that you get to know the power of listening and you are able to control the speaking power of the mind. With the power of listening, you are trying to कंट्रोल द माइंड्स स्पीकिंग पावर, कि माइंड स्पीक सिमरन ओनली, नो अदर थिंग्स. कुछ और आए, engage that also in सिमरन. कोई गर्लफ्रेंड का ख्याल आ जाए, गर्लफ्रेंड को भी इन्वॉल्व कर लो सिमरन में. कोई ऑफिस का बंदा आ जाए, बॉस डांट रहा है, उसको भी इन्वॉल्व कर लो सिमरन में. मेक अ बिग चोर आउट ऑफ इट, कि मैं तो बस सिमरन ही सुनूंगा और कुछ नहीं बोलना है. दैट्स राइट वे ऑफ डूइंग सिमरन. Done in the right way, you are having the faculty of listening and seeing the imagination. In imagination में बैठ के, imaginary self में बैठ के, वहाँ पक्का होके, पक्की ज़मीन ऐसे टक 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 बैठ के माइंड से बुलवाने हैं सिमरन के वर्ड्स, और आपने अपनी सुनने की शक्ति लगानी उनमें, तब आपका सिमरन पक्का होगा. Then your Simran gets perfect. It is a mental exercise. Both of these are mental exercises. We are not able to do anything spiritual as of now. अभी तक हम माइंड से फाइटिंग ही कर रहे हैं. जो एफर्ट की बात है, द एफर्ट इन मेडिटेशन इज जस्ट दीज टू पार्ट्स, that we have to control, use our imagination there, put ourselves there, make us grounded there, use our power of seeing to visualize everything, and then use the mind to speak. If done correctly, what will you achieve here? There is a big achievement in doing these two parts also. The first achievement is, at your third eye center, without doing these exercises, you don't know what is the voice of the soul and what is the voice of the mind. You don't know. It's like a knot, गांठ बंधी हुई है थर्ड आई सेंटर पे, मन की आत्मा के साथ, जो कि तवज्जो दे दी साथ में. आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आत्मा की आवाज़ क्या है, मन की आवाज़ क्या है. आपके लिए सब एक गुंजल है. जैसे गुंजल मिल जाती थी ना, चलो गुंजल सॉल्व करो, एक एक गांठ खोलोगे आप, फिर पता चलेगा कौन सा धागा कौन सा है, कौन सा धागा कौन सा था. आपको नहीं पता अभी कि कौन सी चीज़ आत्मा से आ रही है, वो शब्द से आ रही है, इंट्यूशन से आ रही है, या कौन सी चीज़ मन लेके आ रहा है आपके लिए. आपके लिए सब एक ही है, अभी सब मिक्सचर है. विद दीज टू एक्सरसाइज डन करेक्टली, you will feel that you have the power of listening and seeing, and mind is speaking. आपने वो गांठ थोड़ी सी, that you have loosened that knot. You get to know the mind speaks only, and we observe. You will get an experience that you yourself, your true self, is only an observer, is only an experiencer here, period. And this is a big realization. This is a big realization. I can speak for 1 hour more on this. Why this is a big experience. सारा कर्मा थ्योरी आपने यहाँ पे गोल कर दिया इसी के साथ. With this experience, you are just an observer, an experiencer, who is just seeing and listening. Physically also, when you come out of this meditation, you are an observer. आप ऑब्जर्वर हो, आप मन नहीं हो, आप इंद्री नहीं हो. यू आर नॉट द माइंड, नॉट द इंद्री, नॉट द फिजिक. यू आर ऑब्जर्वर. यू आर स्पिरिचुअल बीइंग. वैसे ही करनी में ले आओगे. ये दो एक्सरसाइजेस से ही यू कैन मेक अ लॉट out of your life. You can make your, at least कर्म तो आप समझ जाओगे कर्म क्या गेम है और कैसे उसको बीट करना है. What does the next thing comes in? What are the other things? Great Master used to say, if done Simran correctly at the third eye center, it will take you to your radiant form of your master. You have received Simran from your master. और किसी ने नहीं दिया. No one else has given you those words. Only with Simran itself you can reach there. And many have that there are many mantras in Indian mythology. ये Simran कितनी बार, how many times I have to do? There's one of our sevadars who was giving me a math back in the over these 2 days that निपुण जी अगर 2.5 घंटे मेडिटेशन करना है, इतने 20 साल में इनलाइटनमेंट मिलनी है जैसे राजा जनक को मिलनी थी, तो उसको डिवाइड कर लो, आपको बस इतना दिन करना है तो यू विल गेट इनलाइट. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं है. इनलाइटमेंट कभी भी आ सकती है. लाइक फॉर दैट बीबी, शी वॉज आस्क्ड टू डू फॉर 40 days, इन विदिन 20 days शी गॉट इनलाइटमेंट. So Simran is not restricted to any count. Objectivity of Simran here is to do it in a qualitative way so that you reach the radiant form. That was Great Master's instruction. You see your radiant form in your imagination or in your memory, which is the next part. With Simran and imagination done correctly, we can now channelize our activity of meditation and make it spiritual. The making it spiritual part is doing dhyan, contemplation of the form of the master. We have no capability to contemplate. We can imagine. Contemplation, re-trigger of a memory. In memory, the guru comes up, takes you, to a new conversation. We don't have that control. The guru has. The clone has, which is sitting inside you. So, if our base is strong, the base of imagination and Simran together are strong, we'll be able to remember with clarity that memory. Contemplation done with memory is much more fruitful than imagination. But those who are not initiated and feel that they have a pull from a beloved, from a master, they can imagine also. Dhyan done in imagination is not that strong for an initiate if done in a memory. And how do you know that this dhyan is not coming in from the mind itself? Mind is not generating that form. Simran. You have to do dhyan with Simran. Imagination, then Simran, and dhyan would come automatically to you. Autonomously. That re-trigger of that memory would come to you automatically. Best is remember the memory, you have the freshest experience, or you saw your guru recently, or remember your initiation day. How you met your master, how he did the Simran, you recited the Simran, you met your master, had a conversation with them. And what is the proof that it's not the mind? If done with the Simran, the mind cannot generate. Only the radiant form will be generated. You have activated your radiant form. If you are remembering with Simran, the Guru appears in that memory, and the Guru was just passing by. You have seen and have darshan of the Guru in that memory. Guru basically comes back to you and starts a new conversation. That is the radiant form. Start having conversation there. That is bhakti. With more bhakti you do, the more devotion you add to this act, the better it becomes. Radiant form is not that form where some light is coming from the background or there's some sparkle on the head. No. Radiant form just means that you are able to see your Guru in darkness. In darkness, you are able to remember that I met my Guru like this. He blessed us with Namdan, or you had a conversation with him. Conversation is important. Bade Maharaj used to emphasize on that. कि बैठ के चाह पीनी होनी चाहिए गुरु नाल. And Ishwar ji was a master who gave personal meetings, initiation meetings, add-on personal meetings, more personal meetings, multiple meetings, group meetings, close-handed affair, like he's our grandfather. He is our grandfather. He mentioned that one day in the Delhi satsang. That apnapan, that closeness of the master is required to have a good contemplation or dhyan of a master. So once you start having new conversations with your master in meditation, and I am happy to share during our meditation retreats, there are many seekers who are able to do that. They always say to me, Nipunji, add meditation in every event. Why not you are adding meditation in every event? Previously used to have quarterly meditation sessions in Delhi in monthly meetings. Why not you are having those? I said that we are having similar days of meditation. Previously we used to have meditation in a quarter which amounts to 4 days. Now we have a concentrated 3-day event which is called the meditation retreat. And then during Great Masters Bhandara, 2nd April, the seekers who come here offline do meditation in the afternoon half. During Ishwarji's Bhandara, we have meditation on the 2nd day today in the afternoon half. So you are getting more out of it. And it's all about higher taste. Now when you have done 3-day event, you will not appreciate those short sessions. You will say, निपुण जी मज़ा नहीं आया. हाँ मज़े लेने के लिए बैठे हैं. So we are having similar format. It's just that it's concentrated in 3 days, so that you get a comprehensive and a more greater experience of meditation, and we have more time to discuss on these topics. So once you have seen your master in meditation, in dhyan, you can have any conversation with the inner form. That inner form will always be there with you physically in this life, and that inner form, radiant form, is responsible for taking you forward in your spiritual journey. That radiant form will take you to the totality. Our job here is just to reach that radiant form. The radiant form may come some days, may not. वो radiant form का बल्ब फ्यूज नहीं हो रहा है, हमारी भक्ति कम हो रही है. Your level of devotion changes. It's not that every day you feel that devotion. Devotion is also having a cycle. Like karmas have a cycle, devotions have also a cycle. If you have to go through a heavy karma load, your master will switch off devotion so that you can complete that karma. The master knows us better. He has customized our journey according to our strength and weaknesses. He will not put you in any scenario where His grace is not there for us. He will not put you in any of those problems where that grace is not there. With this, I have not shared any stories till now. So maybe a good story to emphasize on this part. During Great Master's time, there was a jeweler. That jeweler was very rich. And the jeweler had a marriage in his house. Jeweler wanted to get blessings of Great Master on the day of the marriage of his son, I guess. He met Great Master in Beas, went back to his home, very happy that was able to meet Great Master. During those days, the elderly people were used to stay home during marriages, and they used to bring the doli or the bride. The others used to bring the bride. So he was staying back in the home, taking care of the home. As you see, he was a jeweler, might have many jewelry inside. In the night time, 4 robbers came to the house. And those 4 robbers wanted to rob this jeweler. They knew this is a rich jeweler, let's get a good bounty out of it. So the 4 robbers entered. The disciple, the jeweler, got scared and was overwhelmed by the 4. They were very mighty full. And the jeweler said, take everything, take. Nah, don't leave anything, take everything. The robbers were very happy that today is their big payday. They were happily gathering the jewelry and the cash and everything. And they were going back. One of the robbers said, this jeweler is very rich. He might have resources. He might know someone in the police or someone in the high up, and he may make us catch or got caught. So let's kill the jeweler. We have taken a big payday. Let's kill the jeweler, and there will be no witnesses, and let's go back. Enjoy our robbery. In that instant, the jeweler was feared. Now there's a thing in Santmat. The radiant form comes very quickly twice in 2 scenarios. Once when you're full of devotion. The other is when you're full of fear. Baba, ab kya hoga? Bhagwan bacha re Baba. So he requested the robbers, you kill me, no worries, let me just remember my Guru. So with all the fear in the mind and vulnerability, he requested Great Master, please help me. Great Master's form appeared. The radiant form appeared. So, Great Master, they have come to kill me. Great Master's answer is, oh, sasta sauda hai. Get killed. Master, they are killing me. You need to save me. It's a cheap deal, boss. You killed them in 4 lives. I have made a scenario that 4 of them have come to you, and if they kill you right now, your karmas are over for 4 lives, or you have to come 4 times. He understood. He says, Sasta Sauda. He becomes all warrior. He goes back. Yeah, I had a word with my Guru. Kill me. अब मैंने कल आपको एक बात बताई थी. जो सीकर होते हैं, डिसाइपल होते हैं ना, वो वॉरियर होते हैं. वो बाली की कहानी सुनाई थी. रामायण में बाली के पास युक्ति थी कि जब वो आता था, आगे ओपोनेंट का आधा बल उसमें आया था. नाउ जस्ट कॉन्टेम्पलेट समवन इज सेइंग किल मी. हाँ, मार मेरे को, मैं गुरु से बात हो गई है, मारो मेरे को. वो चारों घबरा गए. चारों कह रहे यार ये हम चोर हैं, हम रॉबर हैं, हम डकैती मारने आए हैं, हम गुंडे, ये हम पे हावी हो रहा है. ऐसे कैसे? ऐसे ये ऐसे नहीं होता है. वो चारों कह रहे व्हाट हैज हैपेंड? अभी तो यू आर फियर्ड, नाउ यू आर ऑल पावरफुल. अरे माय गुरु इज विद मी. यू किल मी, माय गुरु विल टेक मी. I have killed you in 4 lives. I had to come 4 times. वो उन पे हावी हो रहा है. I had killed you 4 times in the past. You have come here, my Guru have sent you, so that my 4 lives, karma are concentrated, taken care of one time only. I am now going back to my true home. Oh, he started giving karma theory. He starting giving a भाषण on मुक्ति है. मैं मुक्त हो जाऊँ, मेरे को मार दो. वो रोहित कह रहे हैं यार ये मुक्त हो जाएगा, ये ऐसा कौन सा गुरु है, ये तो और खतरनाक चीज है. इसके पास ऐसा गुरु है जिसने हमको भेजा इसको मारने के लिए ताकि इसके 4 जन्मों का कर्म इकट्ठे हो जाए. वो गुरु तो बाबा बहुत पावरफुल है. डर गए चोर. ऑल दोस 4 रॉबर्स फ्रेंड, वी डोंट नीड योर ज्वेलरी, प्लीज टेल अस वेयर इज योर गुरु, वी वांट टू मीट योर गुरु. नाउ देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट इन कर्मा थ्योरी. जब स्टेक्स हाई होते हैं ना, हाई स्टेक्स, अभी तो कांड होने वाला, बस हो जाए, वहां पे कोई भी पार्टी या तो वो कर दे, बोली जी माफ कर दे, या डर के भागे है, हो गया, तो कर्मा गेट सेटल्ड. कर्मा वॉज देयर, वो आया, संजोग से मिले, बट वन पार्टी फेल्ड. नहीं चाहिए, हो गया, नहीं चाहिए, कर्मा गॉट सॉर्टेड. सो बड़े महाराज जी गेव द सीकर दैट विल with the radiant form. He was not physically meeting the Guru, he met in the morning. In the evening, radiant form guided, because he did good quality meditation with Simran and Dhyan together with imagination. Radiant form guarded him, gave him that spiritual will, that don't get frightened. बोल दे, मार दे, आ जाओ, कर लो जो करना है. And the robbers got frightened. Robbers also became seekers. Robbers left that robbery and became seekers. This is how perfect living masters work. They're strange. They're strange how they operate. We cannot contemplate how they work. They have their own way of mending things. Bade Maharaj Ji used to say to parents used to bring a daughter, same question, ਇਹਦੀ ਇਹ ਕੁੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂ, ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰਾਵਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਅੱਗੇ. ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਉਹ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਦਾ, ਰੋਟੀ ਵੋਟੀ ਪਕਾਵੇ, ਘਰ ਸੰਭਾਲੇ, ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਕਰਾਓ ਇਹਦੀ. Within the same day, a new daughter comes with the parents. ਇਹ ਕੁੜੀ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਵੇ, ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰਾਵੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਕਰਾਏ. ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਹ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਕਿਚਨ 'ਚ, ਇਹਦੀ ਹੋਰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣ ਦਿਓ. Same questions, different answers. They answer seeing not your, what do you say, only your personality or karma. They answer, the right answer for you is specific for you. They customize your journey. They make the same journey different for everyone as per their strengths and weaknesses. Their grace can work differently. एक को माफ़ी दे रहे हैं, दूसरे को ताकत दे रहे हैं कि बोल दे, मार दे. दोनों ग्रेस हैं. So this all can be experienced in your lives if you are initiated, if you do that type of meditation regularly with Simran and Dhyan. Good quality imagination, good quality Simran inculcates good quality Dhyan. Now, as there is output of the mind, the third part in this meditation is there is an output of this meditation as well. Remember Simran? We were hearing, trying to listen our Simran. It happens to be Simran is our first Shabd, which we are listening to. When Simran done correctly, radiant form comes with his grace. your Simran graduates to the second sound, Dhunatmak. Your attention is now concentrated at the third eye center and is having that capability now to hear the inner dhun. Once you have that experience of hearing that dhun which comes from the center, not right, not left, your mind gets a highest taste of that dhun. In the Gurbani it says, धुन करके मन समझाई, धुन सुन के मन समझाई. When you listen to that dhun is so great that your mind, thinking capability, thought processes, everything is ruptured. The mind also likes to hear that dhun, because the mind is powered from that dhun eventually. Mind also loves to hear that. So the second sound is dhunatmak. The first one, which is Simran, is varnatmak. There are 5 sounds which can come to you if your meditation is of good quality, full of devotion, done with love and devotion. First is varnatmak, your Simran. Second is the dhun, which I explained, comes from the center, has that pulling power of yours. Once you listen to the dhun, automatically your Simran will stop. You won't be able to do that, varnatmak one. You move to, graduated to the dhun. One dhun matures, and with his grace, you listen to anhad. Anhad is the sound coming from the causal plane, the mental plane, which is powering your senses and the physical body. The first word is from the Varnan, we can speak, that is Simran. Second is the Dhun. Third is the Anhad. Once you hear the Anhad, you get a feeling that it has no beginning, it has no end. It is like a surround sound which captures you. Anhad. You won't be able to find the beginning of it. You won't be able to find the end of it. The level from which it comes is a causal mind, where your n number of lifetimes are mentioned, endless. Where Ishwarji used to say your DVD is kept of your lives. From that level, that sounds come. If you do this, if you are in Anhad, if given chance or a glimpse by a master, you can even explore n number of DVDs which are there, of different people, yourself, your brothers, your sisters, everyone's. सबका DVD वहाँ पड़ा है. You can explore that. एंडलेस लॉ ऑफ लाइफ फॉर्म है. हमारी डीवीडी में क्या फ़र्क है? हमारी डीवीडी में ये फ़र्क है कि उसमें एक पीएलएम की एंट्री लिखी हुई है. जो इनिशिएटेड हैं, उन्होंने जब वो यूनिट से वो डीवीडी उठाई, उन्होंने चेक किया. आपके पास एक ही बार रियल फ्री विल होती है. व्हेन यू आर दैट यूनिट, व्हेन यू पिक अप दैट DVD, you can select any DVD. So we are those lucky ones who said, if we have to escape or exit this experience, there has to be a provision. So in our DVD, there is that provisioning made, that when the seeker seeks for coming back home, a guru will appear and take back that seeker. So Anhad is that sound. The next sound is the Sar Shabd, the fourth sound. This is the first spiritual sound which you won't hear. The experience which you get is that sound comes from yourself itself. That is the sound of that unit of consciousness. That is the sound of your soul. That is the sound which is your real self. which never dies. You can experience this sound sitting here. And once you hear that sound, you become like that jeweler, fearful. कुछ नहीं है, माइंड में ही है सारा कुछ. मेरी असलियत तो वो है. My self-realization is that सार शब्द. It comes from you. It pours from you. And once you are in Sar, you get to know, you feel how the Sar is getting this sound. You have that yearning, how that Sar is getting created. And you feel that this is not because you have some individuality. The Sar itself is carrying that totality with itself in concentrated form. And at that moment of time only, one can surrender. No one can surrender sitting here like that. It's all a fallacy. It's just a myth. It's just a blind faith that I'll surrender. No one can surrender till the time one is self-realized. One hears the Sar Shabd. One knows that all he or she is that unit of consciousness, not the mind, not the senses, not the physical. All these are bodies, these are garments. My true self is that Sar. And the Sar is filled only because of the totality, nothing else. So once you get that feeling, that experience, that realization, you yourself surrender as a unit. You want to get merged with the totality. Only yearning, only feeling, only seeking, only vira. The real vira is that the unit wants to get back to the totality. Where there are many units, many fellow units waiting for the welcome of that unit. That you had a great ride, you had a great experience, now come back. Then only a unit surrenders and wants to now merge with the totality. And all these things you can listen, experience, observe sitting here in a physical form. There are only two places you can be with the totality. On the physical and once you are there in the totality. Rest all levels. If you have one reality, that reality is a fixed. If you are stuck in the astral after death, you are stuck in astral. Only with His grace you will go up. But it's only in the physical, in a physical format that you can experience everything. Experience everything. Not be there. You will go there after death, and that's what we are trying to celebrate. Ishwarji experienced was having those awarenesses every time of that nirgun, of that totality, that he is that unit who is going to get merged with the totality. And while in his life he was merged with the totality, carrying those experiences daily. So we also can have that, and we are celebrating that only, that our Guru is merged with the totality and he is taking care of us from there now. So you can verify this, you can lively celebrate Bhandara by listening to these sounds. They'll come and go, they'll come as per the level of devotion and when a master wants to give you a glimpse. But if you have that seeking of exploring any of these levels, the master will grant you that will. And once you are merged with that totality, you hear the Sat Shabd, the last sound, the sound of the totality. You feel the whole creation is Sargun. You have that feeling. You accept everything. You accept His will, His hukam. You are in His true bhana. You feel tera bhana to meetha lage. You have a feeling manda kisnu आँखे ये दूजा होवे कोई, दूजा है ही नहीं कोई, सारा कुछ टोटलिटी से बन रहा है, आप भी टोटलिटी में आ गए, सारा कुछ तो वही है. you are indifferent to everything. You accept everything. Jyotis pave nanka sai gal changi. You get that feeling. Jo totality kar rahi hai, I am accepting. So, to explain this feeling, during Guru Nanak's time, there was a Bhai called Bhai Bhikhari who had all experiences in meditation. He was realized, self-realized. He knew who Nanak was. And Nanak ji used to give examples. If you want to learn about Bhanya, if you want to learn about how to live in his will, go to Bhai Bhikhari. He will explain you. So some seekers wanted to learn that. They went to Bhai Bhikhari's place. During that day, there was a mood of celebration. Bhai Bhikhari's son was getting married. The bride was and the groom were coming inside. So seekers thought, we are here to learn something from Bhai Bhikhari on a day of celebration. So they were very happy that they'll get good knowledge today about his will, about the bhana. As it happens, when they saw Bhai Bhikhari inside in the room, he was sewing the coffin of his son. And the seekers asked him, why are you doing this? Bhai Bhikhari explained, as it is, as the niyati is, as the destiny is. And I know it's because of the karmic affairs. As it's happened to be, the day when my son gets married and the bride comes in, my son will die. I know this. I prepared for him when he was born. I took care of him all knowingly. And now I am preparing for his death, all knowingly. The seekers asked, why can't you alter this? You can put in a request. No, I won't put this request. This is how it is meant to be. This is the only way. All my life I cared about my son, and now I am taking care of his death. So that was the wisdom of Bhai Bhikhari. Once you have got that realization, you don't question, you accept everything. For you become all innocent. You come in acceptance. You say, my Guru, the Karta Purak, the totality will take care of my son. Similar is the story of Ishwar Ji. He lost his son in Italy in a car accident. He accepted his will. It was a heavy karma. He happily accepted it. That great master will take care of it. Similar is the story of Guru Govind Singh Ji. If you read the history, he also lost his sons. You come in acceptance. You know why it is happening and you don't question that. You won't change anything. You will be more stronger to accept these realities. That this is the way it had to be. On that note, I hope you were able to understand Surat Shabd Yoga. And we'll practice in the for the offline satsangis who have come here, we'll practice a session of meditation with good quality imagination, simran and dhyan with devotion to celebrate the last leg of our Bhandara. Before we break for lunch, one last thing I would like to share. All we have to do here, in the Bani it comes, सतगुरु पूरा मेठिए, पूरी होवे जुगत, हसंदियाँ खिलांदियाँ खावंडियाँ पावंडियाँ विचो होए मुकत. All we have to do is get found by a perfect living master, get initiated by the perfect living master, and then this life is a celebration. Then you don't have to care about anything. Your objective of this life is complete, tick mark. Once initiated, done. You're destined to reach your true home. It's just matter of time and some karmas which you have to go through. Meditation is for your realizations, to make you more conducive to the path, to make you more close to these realizations, to make this life more easy for you, effortless for you, so that any heavy karma like Bhai Bikari had to face, like Ishwarji had to face, like Guru Govindji had to face, if that comes, your Guru is standing by you, helping you, making you stronger day by day, making you a warrior. All seekers are warriors. They have to go past a big obstacle called the mind. सूरमा उन्हें कहते हैं जिन्होंने मार मन डाला. You are becoming warriors, but warriors who enjoy his mauj, warriors who don't care about karmas, because karmas are, on the mind. You are not part of the mind, you are powering the mind, you are the soul, and you can get these realizations if you do meditation with utmost love and devotion. And these 2 days, if you put your attention towards your Guru, remember your Guru, his grace will flow. Like it flowed in the morning, yesterday, it will flow post lunch as well. It depends which Bhandara you want to celebrate. Bhandara of the food, which makes you sleepy, or Bhandara of grace. It's up to you. You have free will to decide. But enjoy the Langar Prasad as well. I'm not saying don't have food. Last time, Sevadas had a complaint to me, Nipunji, आप बोल देते हो मेडिटेशन नहीं हो पाएगी, आप ज़्यादा लंगर खाओगे, वो फिर सीकर्स खाते ही नहीं है. तो ऐसा नहीं है, आप खाइए. बट एज ईश्वर जी यूज्ड टू से, eat less, speak less, sleep less and meditate more. मेरे केस में ये रूल नहीं है, मैं बोलता कुछ नहीं है. For me, he used to say, चिराग धले अंधेरा. I was close to Ishwar ji in the last days, in few of the years post initiation. I was involved in seva work, so I was a bit close to them. And he used to say, the people who are close to a guru are like chirag dhare andhera. So I am in my darkness and blindness and everything, so I guess this eat less, speak less doesn't apply to me. I can eat more and sleep. So on that note, thank you the online Sangat for joining us. For you, I wish, I guess you celebrate your Bhandara with good quality meditation, with love and devotion. ईश्वर जी यूज्ड टू से, साहिब के दरबार में केवल भक्त प्यार. पलटू साहब जी की वाणी शेयर करते थे. इफ़ यू कैन रिमेंबर योर गुरु विद utmost love and devotion over these 2 days and continue with that momentum, I hope you will gain more spiritual progress and would like to meet you after few months. And for the offline Sangat, thank you for joining me. If I have said any bad jokes or cracked any which hurt you, I am sorry. If I mistakenly said anything wrong, it just came up, it was not intentional. Thank you for joining me towards this Bhandara. I am very happy to see you and celebrate Ishwar ji's Bhandara together. Let's